Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining the Youngstown City School District for this important announcement. Today we stand together, our Superintendent and Board of Education, to share with you the next chapter and the evolution of YCSD through Phase 1 and Phase 2 of our District Reconfiguration Plan. Now, at the end of the conference, our board members and superintendent will be available to the media for individual questions. We begin with remarks from our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Jeremy Batchelor.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Today is a pivotal moment in the journey of the Youngstown City School District. It is with great transparency, optimism, and commitment to our students, our scholars, and community that we officially launch Phase 1 and we tease Phase 2 of our District Reconfiguration Plan. Our District Reconfiguration Ad Hoc Committee has been meeting for over a year publicly and having real conversations about what our district needs to look like. But a bold and strategic effort to unify and strengthen our educational offerings. So what is our why? This is WHY, not the Y, okay? The goal of this reconfiguration is simple yet powerful: to ensure every student has a robust academic program, high quality instruction, and cohesive school identity, all while using our resources responsibly and sustainably. So Phase 1, what it will look like. We've already talked about the fact that our Shoffman Career and Technical Center is the gem of the Mahoning Valley. And over 80% of our juniors and seniors already choose that pathway. And starting next school year, all of our juniors and seniors will either choose a pathway at Shoffman or enhance in College Credit Plus. So really, it's already happening. So I think in our numbers, we're talking about less than 100 more students joining Shoffman. But half a day our juniors go, half a day our seniors go. But here's the big piece. Starting in the 2026-2027 school year, let me repeat that. Starting with the 2026-2027 school year, we will unite our two traditional high schools and then unite our two traditional middle schools. We will still maintain our early college high school program and our early college middle school program. What does that look like? We will not say what the name of that high school will be because we need your help. I am thankful to have all 7 board members here with us today. They have been unified in the work to prepare for this and unified in making this announcement. And I am so grateful as superintendent to have that support and relationship. And so over the course of the plans, this is where we will get the input from you as to what the name of the school will be, what the mascot would be, all those things. But the current site that holds East High School will be the new Youngstown Unified High School. The current site that holds East Middle School will be the site that holds our new middle school. These 2 buildings have the capacity to handle our enrollment that we have right now. They have the facilities that we need, and they account for growth, realistic growth. But this move allows us to increase course offerings, expand our career technical programs, and hopefully expand our College and Credit Plus programming. So thankful that we actually do have a representative from Youngstown State University here, Ms. Lori Factor, who has been working with us as well, just to make sure that we stay connected with our local partners. So what are our guiding principles? Student-centered, transparent. We could have just made these decisions and held a public hearing and then not let you know what was going on or let you know after it was over with. But we said we wanted to make sure that we stand before you united and let you know that we need our schools to be united. Mr. Moranto made a very powerful statement last weekend, quote from third grade Marshall. If our students cannot learn to live together or learn to learn together, they can't learn to live together. And so in the city of Youngstown, I say this move is going to be powerful more than just academics and saving money. It's going to also hopefully enhance what happens in our entire city. Inclusive, equity focused, and again, sustainable. We had a performance audit about 3 years ago that told us our footprint is really too large in this district. And we recognize that. And so we're working in phases to reduce that footprint and this is part of the first phase. Right now, we're in the internal planning and messaging phase. Our core leadership team is preparing materials, finalizing frequently asked documents, and addressing important tasks like transportation, extracurriculars, and school culture. You may also ask, well, Mr. Batchelor, why now? Well, I'm going to also give you some homework. I need you to look up Ohio Senate Bill 127. It is a proposal that would force Ohio's public schools to close certain schools that sit at 60% capacity or less and are, by whatever measure that they choose, underperforming. We will not sit back in Youngstown and wait for things to happen to us anymore. We've done that already. Not going to happen again. So we're going to be proactive in what we do. One thing that has been a point of contention is transportation for our high school scholars. Mr. Moranto just came from a meeting discussing that with some other public officials. We are deeply committed in this transition to trying to find a way to do safe and reliable transportation for our high school scholars. However, we face significant challenges due to recent legislation requirements, not recent, actually old legislation requirements. These mandates place a financial and logistical strain on all urban schools, but particularly our system. Resources that could otherwise be directed towards enhancing services for those who choose Youngstown every day. We're asking our community to stand with us as we advocate for legislative adjustments that would ease those burdens and allow to prioritize transportation for our own students. So I'm going to ask you to work with your legislatures, advocate when your neighbors are saying, why don't we transport our students? Tell them why. Ask them to come see us so we can explain to them again, because we've explained it a few times, but people need to understand the burden that is placed upon public education in terms of what's being asked of us. So today's press conference is just the beginning. We will have a dedicated website at ycsd.org with all relevant timelines, updates, visuals, and opportunities to provide feedback. The first will be at our Board of Education meeting on May 27th. We will have a public hearing where people can have comments on the proposed move. And then we will move forward with that, but then we'll be doing town halls. We'll have some targeted family nights where we can focus on sports, what that looks like in the future, athletics, arts, academics, and schedules. And then, of course, I'll remain committed to our students having a voice. So our Scholar Advisory Committee and other forms of student groups will be brought in to help with the naming and branding and school culture as we move forward. But lastly, I encourage all community members to get involved and help us shape the future of YCSD. So I said we would tease phase 2, and that is really phase 2, moving also our early college high school and early college middle school into the old Chaney location, okay? That is partly phase 1 in phase 2. Those things will happen in 27, 28 potentially. And then what will happen is this committee will continue to meet and look at other buildings and other things that can be condensed. And then we will work with community partners to potentially be able to lease or sell empty buildings to folks who are providing the service that we don't provide, okay? So that will be futuristic as we continue to look at everything in the district. So let me close my part by saying we're proud of our scholars, our staff, and our families. And these changes are not really about closure. They're about consolidation, connection, and creating opportunity. We're not retreating. We're reinvesting in excellence, in equity, in each other. So together, let's build the future of Youngstown City Schools, unified and unstoppable, keep defending the why. So I want to introduce to you our board president, Ms. Juanita Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Batchelor. As board president, I want to highlight that this plan demonstrates our collective commitment to our scholars, our families, and our staff. The Board of Education has worked hand in hand with the superintendent team and to ensure the reconfiguration puts scholars first and prepares for our future. This plan enhances our district identity, increases access to quality programming, and to ensure we are responsible stewards of public resources. This isn't about closing doors. It's about opening new pathways together as a united district family. And now we will have Tina, our Vice President.
Good afternoon. My name is Tia Savetkovich. I'm Vice President, and I'm the Chair of the Reconfiguration Committee. And I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible thoughtfulness and effort that we've gone into this initiative. We are not just enhancing our academics, but our programs. We're also committed to a continuous improvement and preserving early college opportunities. Together, these efforts are laying the foundation for something truly transformative. While change can present challenges, we are reminded that Youngstown is a community defined by its resilience. This is our chance to come together, to unify, to elevate our vision so that we can provide our children with the quality education and opportunities to build their brighter future and our community and the generations to come in our city. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Batchelor. Thank you.
So again, I want to we'll close out here, but I just want to thank the Board of Education for their support and partnership. Also up here, we have Mr. Sherrati. They're trying, him and Mr. Kearns trying to hide back there. I don't know how Mr. Kearns is going to try to hide. But these guys have been in the trenches with me and with the board every step of the way, making solid plans. And then I also want to thank any Youngstown City School District staff that's here, because that shows you're invested in knowing what's going on, principals, as change agents and transformational leaders. Thank you for being here and being invested. Thank you to the media for being here, able to tell the story as it comes from our lips to yours. We just want to say this is more than efficiency. It's about excellence and equity. So let's move together, forward, united. Thank you for coming. All right. So I can start by letting you guys know that in about 17 minutes, you're going to get a very extensive press release that's probably going to answer a lot of the questions you're going to ask, but I'm here to answer any question you might have.
Now, you said transportation was a point of contention. Having these two central locations, essentially East Middle School and East High School, how does that ease those woes?
It doesn't necessarily ease woes. We have to figure out how we can make it happen. I believe the board has given me a charge that if we're going to do this, let's make sure we find a way to get transportation back at our high school. But as I said to the community, that's where we need some help. It's not just as simple as me making a decision. We need some alleviation, some of the things that we have to do. We need there to be some legislative changes in what's required of us. And I will say this, with the way that things are happening in the expansion of vouchers for our private schools, that the legislature is behind, and if that's going to be their decision, that's fine. But now they can take the money and provide their own transportation, which would then ease some of the burden on us.
So you're saying right now you provide transportation to private schools, and if they're going to have the voucher program, then you're not going to provide those people with it.
We have to right now.
I'm just saying,
but we have to. But we want to see something change.
Vouchers, then we're not going to make us transport.
Absolutely.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Don't hurt us twice.
Okay. How many students right now go to Chaney?
As of today, 479.
And East?
As of the other day, 524. So if we combine right now, little over 1,000, and then at no point though would there ever be more than about 700 kids in the building, because you remember our juniors will go to Shoffin first thing in the morning.
Every junior.
Every junior, okay, and then when they come back, the seniors go.
Every senior.
Every senior, unless they're taking college credit plus classes.
Unless they're taking college.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Sports. What division will this move you into?
Honestly, the way that the numbers shake out right now, we'd still be a small Division II program. We're going to be a mighty but powerful Division II program, but we're going to be a Division II program. And I think that makes some people nervous, Mr. Boney.
There were a lot of people here. I mean, this is, we're more than, did you get everybody involved with this discussion? I think the media was probably the only people here today didn't really know exactly what was going to go on. I'm assuming a lot of these people already did, so they were involved in the discussion, involved in the decision.
I'm a former principal by trade. So when we make a decision after the board has said it's okay to move forward, we involve our principals right away. So we had an emergency call meeting with them Monday morning, let them know what's going on. They know all the details, but they knew that there was going to be something. There would be a press conference today. And I said, it's not mandatory, but we love your support and you see what happens.
Will you have to lay off?
That's a whole different story. And then there will be some reductions in force. That's not necessarily a part of this plan. It's a part of our 3-year plan that we talked about last year when you interviewed me. We're still working through that budget reallocation.
But you do believe there will be a reduction in force with the combination of the schools?
Yeah, I do. There'll be, our footprint will be reduced. So then there will be a need to make some things happen, but we always try to do things by attrition if we can. And one of the things that you guys might want to write a story, the state just changed the retirement system for teachers to reduce it down to get full retirement at 32 years. And so I do believe that some folks will take advantage of that.
The new high school, when it's all established, what will be the grade configuration? Will it be 9 to 12?
9 through 12, yes, sir. 9 through 12.
How many vacant buildings will you have? You talk about leasing them.
Right. So when it's all said and done,
Well, how about new ones?
new one, what do you mean?
Yeah, well, you're going to close a middle school on the west side, right?
So that right now for the year when 26, 27, there will just be that one building that will be vacant. In 27, 28, there will possibly be a second building. Yes.
You want to use Chaney eventually.
We're going to use
It's
Chaney.
vacant for a year.
Yeah.
It's not planning to keep it vacant.
Chaney will actually never be vacant because when we move out to go to one high school, then the early college 9th and 10th graders will move into that building.
Well, you said the high school starts 26, 27, and the early college starts 27, 28.
No, the early college middle school will go 27, 28. I'll lay it out all out for you. It lays it all out in the press conference, in the press release.
You talked about leasing those buildings out to people who provide services that you can't. Any idea what those services?
So, I'll say this. We got to protect and defend Youngstown. And so, obviously I know some of our charter friends would love to get their hands on some of our buildings and be competition. And if that's the case, that's, the law allows for that. But there are some partners in the community that we work with, like Potential Development, and they do great work with our families and students with autism, and they are looking for additional space. So we would absolutely engage them to try to work with them to give them space they need to serve that population.
The new middle school, it'll be, is this the old P. Ross Berry facility?
Yes, sir.
So both of them are going to be on the east side.
They're both going to be on the east side, and another reason why the board has charged me with making sure we can get our families there.
The west side, are you worried about, you know what I'm asking?
I know what you're asking, and we have to move forward in the new Youngstown, honoring the past, embracing the future.
Are there any plans to change Wilson?
Change it what?
To change the school configuration?
Just to grow it. We're not looking to change the configuration, we're looking to grow more programming there. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm good, thank you, John.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.